Right, I'm opposite Gateshead Stadium where the Newcastle Gaming Market is going to be, and there is a massive queue to get in, and it's like bollocks. But we shall see what happens here. How long is it going to take us to get in? Who knows? Let's check it out. So here's the queue that's going in. This little car park on the right, there's never any space in there. It's like these people aren't from the northeast. But look at all the people over there. They better not have any Dreamcast games that I need, otherwise I'll be wrestling you to the ground. Yes, that's right. I'm walking through some ditch because there's no spaces anywhere. And I've just seen somebody get stuck because they're parked in a proper stupid place. But the whole car park's absolutely full. I genuinely don't think I'm going to enjoy this. Right, here we go. So I started off by going to the left and seeing this cellar here, and there was quite a few good Xbox titles there. He had a lot of Alien merchandise on these racks at the back, and God knows what this stuff was, necklaces and chains and stuff, but the curse of the PS2 games, man. I'm sick of seeing PlayStation 2 games. But actually, he did actually have a lot of PC games down here. Spotted a couple of classics, Lineage 2 there, Grand Theft Auto. There were some really good ones there. Then I went over to Doorway to Darkness here, and they had a Dreamcast race controller, but the box was just a bit too beaten up for me. Otherwise I would have picked that up because I do want the peripherals. And I started having a look around Doorway to Darkness stuff here. That a lot of Xbox stuff. Xbox 360 and original Xbox. They had here Evil Dead. So I do have one Evil Dead game. I believe there was a few on OG Xbox. I was quite tempted to buy that one. But I wasn't really after OG Xbox, and this was kind of my second whip around when I started filming. So I still wanted to pick up Dreamcast, obviously, is my primary focus. So still with Doorway here, and then I've seen this DuckTales, and I was like, oh no. Cartridge only in Repro box, and I've been after DuckTales on Game Boy for ages. Star Wars, I've actually got this, but I just really like the box art. And then I kind of thought, oh, how many Repros? And this Castlevania, man, look, 70 quid with no manual. Anybody who follows us will see that I've seen it in CEX Metro Centre for 65 complete in lovely condition, and I didn't pick it up. And I still hate myself to this day for that. Turtles in Time again, a Repro. And it was like, there was a couple of Repros around here, and I was like, oh, are these like just the Repro boxes or something? I wasn't really sure what was going on. Castlevania here, 90, that was what I was saying before. 90, no manual. I was like, yeah, I mean, I've got it already, to be fair. But the prices are just going up, and the manual's king. You've got to have the manual. Now this store here, brilliant store. Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry, honestly, absolutely love Joe Hendry. Massive wrestling fan, obviously. Love this one. And then I seen this bit come up here. This Carl Weathers Predator signed print. And I was like, oh my god. £195. I talked about it here. So the irony here, that I'm at a gaming market, and the best thing I've seen is this, which is there, which is a Carl Weathers signed Predator picture, and he's got a certificate of authenticity. That is the best thing I've seen here so far. Mojo Inc. I may have to come back and have a butcher's for Carl, because I absolutely love Carl Weathers. And the Predator movie is my number 4 film of all time. So I went back over to Doorway because it was right next door, and I finally managed to get to the Dreamcast section. So Toy Racer here I needed. Obviously not a lot of Dreamcast games here. I mean, how many UEFA Strikers is there? So many. Obviously looking for games that are complete with obviously limited damage, if well, zero damage, especially hinge damage on the cases, which is hard for Dreamcast. But there was that Aero Wings there as I pick it up here. See, this one's now £14, so this one had no cracks. The other one at £13 did have cracks. So fair enough for dropping the price. And then I seen this magnetic Neo, which I'd seen in CX before, but this was disc only. So that was a shame. This stall here was just mental. Now they had quite a lot of decent stuff, to be fair, but the prices were absolutely insane. Like, I know my retro and I know prices, and this guy's prices were jacked up more than Arnold in the 70s. Like, I'm not joking. You had Spider-Man there for £85. They had some absolute crazy price stuff. I'm going to show you this here for a good example, which I'll tell you about at the end. Metal Gear Solid with a Silent Hill demo for £70. Now, I actually picked this up, but from another seller. Watch out for the price difference at the end in the pickup section. But this guy was, he had Theme Park on the PS1 for £20. It was crazy. Now I head over here to, who was this again? This was the actual event organisers. And I realised here that they had Project Justice and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, both two big hitters here, which I was very tempted at because I hadn't picked up anything at this point. And I thought, oh, there's two big hitter games. I need them on the Dreamcast. I want to pick something up, so I'll go for these. But I didn't in the end, and you'll see why in the pickup section near the end. But these guys had loads of stuff going on. It was great. So the only thing with these guys is they did have a hell of a lot of Japanese stuff. All of these games were Japanese based, which I don't know any of them about. However, they did have this unbelievable section of strategy guides for but Japanese versions, and the artwork was unreal. Look at this Double Dash here, man. It was unbelievable, this Mario Galaxy, but they're like massive thick Game of Thrones style books. They're not nice thin ones that we get, but there was some very, very nice ones here. This Paper Mario was bloody lovely, and there's quite a lot of Zeldas knocking around here as well. And honestly, I was so tempted. I thought I could get a couple of these graded because they were mint. Now I already have this one in mint condition, and I thought, ooh, I could get this and get back to back, and it would look lovely. Only £35 as well, but genuinely I could have picked up about 5 books here and spent about 200 quid. But I didn't pick any of them up, and I kind of regret not getting the Double Dash one, to be fair. Right, so on to another type of private seller, and I noticed this nice Castlevania and fair dues. It's 200 quid, which, you know, that's what it's worth, but I was like, you know, didn't really want to drop 200 notes on a Castlevania. Not that one. I wanted the first one on N64, to be fair. And this guy actually had the most Dreamcast games at the whole thing. There might have been more earlier on, but I didn't see many people bringing stuff. And out of all of these, I only needed one, and it was this Giga Wing for 70 quid, as it showed on the spine. So I had a good look at that, obviously checked over the condition and stuff like that. Because I don't have that one, I need that one for the collection. So I was quite interested in that at the time. But yeah, he had the most Dreamcast games out of all of the sellers. He even had some more here. But again, I mean, he's got Toy Racer there, which again I need. Quite a lot of GameCube games. And I didn't see many GameCube sellers, to be fair. Again, this market was predominantly PS2 and Xbox 360, and I'd probably say just general OG Xbox, and then some absolute tat of PS1. Very, very little quality on the PS1 titles across the board. But it was nice to see some GameCube games. Godzilla there I've got as a personal favourite of my son's. Scarface, best film in the world, #1 of all time. Can't go wrong with Tony Montana. But then we head over here and we're back into the Dreamcast section, and this is Sore Thumbs now, the lads from York who I visited in January around my birthday time. They had some Dreamcast games here, and they did actually have one that I needed, but it had a damaged hinge. I was quite annoyed at. It was this Sega Worldwide Soccer Euro Edition, and it said here plus Metropolis Street Racer a challenge demo. Now I'm not sure if that's super rare or what, and I kind of think should I have got it and then just replaced the case because it was complete, and I didn't pick it up, and it was only 11 quid as well or something like that. And when I think about it now, actually for 11 quid I should have got it. So yeah, I've made a bit of a mistake there. But they had quite a lot of PS1 games again, but again nothing too much. This other independent seller, Street Fighter 2, yeah, he had some good SNES games here actually. Shadow Warriors on the NES, pretty decent for 50 bar. I thought that was nice. And then he had this really, Duke Nukem he had, and then Illusion of Time, which I always just like to see because it is one of my favourite games of all time, no pun intended. Mega Man X for 160 quid. I mean, Christ, I remember when it was £105 at CEX. The price has just jacked up massively over the last year. It's crazy. Honestly, Super Nintendo cardboard has gone through the roof. And he only had one Dreamcast game, possibly only one left, Shenmue, but I've got a mint in-box copy. So, you know, what are you going to do about it? I did notice this freeloader for the GameCube twice. Doorway to Darkness also had it. But yeah, other than that, there was a general toys type stuff there. Lovely arm hiding the Zelda 64 guide here, but it's a magazine based one, it's not an official one. And it was a little bit rough on the spine, so I passed it up, to be fair. And that, as they say, is all she wrote. I left it around 4:45, which was around here now, and people were packing up. There was very few people left. I did do a couple of quick, super fast sprint style laps around, just to see if there was anything else that I could spy, because I might not have been able to see it. But check out at the end for the pickups. Hello, and I've made it back from the Newcastle Gaming Market in one piece, and the car's in one piece. In one piece. It's not a mountain. Oh man. Right, whatever. Yeah, I'm back in one piece. I've made it out of the wasteland. The car's made it out. Surprisingly, it was an absolute joke, that parking situation. As I was walking down there in the footage, somebody got trapped. They probably had needed some people to help push them out. It wasn't even a ditch, but it's been raining quite a lot and the surrounding area would have been quite wet. I went down some dodgy place, found a nice flat dry bit of dirt to park on, and made the seemingly 10-minute walk to the gaming market. Big shout out to Retro Rob from Instagram for giving us his early access band. Now I did go at around about 1:15 because I didn't get an early access band or the 12 o'clock band. I did actually pay for the ticket, but it wouldn't work on the Eventbrite app, even though I had like the email and that. And I met up with Rob, sold him a couple of SNES games that he's been wanting for donkeys now, and he got me, actually there's a pickup, he got me a Street Fighter 6 sealed copy, which I wanted from the shops ages ago as a favour, so it was nice to see him. He offered us the band, and I was like, absolutely, I'll take that, because it means I'll jump that queue, which was perfect. Went in through the front door, and I went, hello, geez. Yep, I've been in before. He's like, yep, you go in. I was like, absolutely, VIP. Straight in. And then, as the footage showed from that first clip on the left, I started round. So yeah, I did the first whip around, and I was really put off. Didn't see anything, probably because I couldn't actually get to anything. But then I did another whip round and I did pick some stuff up, and I was quite pleasantly surprised. So I won't be super negative about the experience, as I did get some good stuff, including one absolute banger, which has got to be an admin error of the seller. And I'll tell you why, and I'll show that one at the end. But I picked up 5 games, which I was very surprised at. Everybody knows I was going for, you know, specifically Dreamcast as a part of the mission, and I did pick up 4 Dreamcast games. That's right, and I'm absolutely buzzing about it. I'm going to get the first one here. So, Doorway to Darkness came through. There was not many Dreamcast games there across the whole board, but the first one that I picked up was from the lads at Doorway to Darkness, and it was Aero Wings, the first one. Now, I have the second one as shown, but Aero Wings, the first one I needed. There you go, you can see I paid £14 for it. Probably about average there. Got a couple of prices here written down. I'll show it up on the... Actually, no, I can't show up on the screen because CX don't have the first Aero Wings in. But average sold on eBay is around £12. So slightly overpaid, you may say, but quite frankly, £2 is nothing. Let's have a quick butcher's. So there you go. A little bit scruffy, the box. I will need to give it a bit of a clean up, but I was checking them for hinge damage, etc. And obviously it says complete. And there you go. Bada bing. It's complete. Everybody knows by now, long-term viewers, that I don't buy anything that's not complete. But there you go, the first one. Now, I'm not going to put the count up or anything because I'm going to save these for a proper Dreamcast video where I'll be going over these a little bit more in depth. But I just wanted to show you the pickups that I got. Next up was, again, Doorway to Darkness. And it was Toy Racer. Now, I already have Toy Commander. So this one was Toy Racer from Doorway to Darkness there. It was £12. Again, another one that's not on CX, but average eBay's is tenner. So again, £2, you could say slight overpaid, but I'm not really bothered. £2 is nothing, and overpaying there for £4 is nout. So there you go. Nice and complete with the old manual, Toy Racer. Even got a little bit of a booklet. I love it when you get the old booklets. Yes, very nice. So that's another one picked up and ticked off. So next up, here we go. This was a big hitter, which, you know, given the state of the games and stuff there, I was kind of like, I was wanting to get a bit more volume going. I was hoping to pick up about 10 or 15 games, but it just wasn't happening. But here we go. I got this one, Giga Wing. Now, I paid $70 for that one. Now, I just say dollar because that's just generally what we say here. Giga Wing. It's obviously £70, just to clarify that situation in case people just generally don't get my vernacular. But yeah. Complete Giga Wing, £70. So that one is at CX there. We'll put it up here. And I think with manual it is £65. And average eBay is around 59 to 60. So a tenner or a fiver over for CX. Again, to be fair, I was at that point where I was talking to one of the sellers, Retromania, who's up here in Newcastle. Absolute spot on, lads, Dean. And I just kind of felt like I've got to get something. I've made the effort. I've went round. I just thought I can't leave empty-handed. It just so happens to be that a couple of them were semi-big hitters. So £70 there for a Giga Wing. It actually looks like a really good shmup. Is it a shmup? I'm pretty sure it is. And yeah, I actually do fancy playing that one. Looks a lot like Super Releste, which is really good on the Super Nintendo, which I have. Now, the next one, absolute steal. This has got to be steal of the show. Here it is. I needed it on the Dreamcast again. So this makes 4 Dreamcast games that I've got added us up to the collection. And it's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now here you go. Now I've seen the price tag. I won't tell you yet. But I've seen the price and I thought, hang on. I know that. I was thinking, is that right? Now, funnily enough, there was a Giga Wing next to it, which had no price. There's a disc. And the price that was on here, on the spine, and it said £60. Now, I know my Dreamcast games, I know the value, and I thought, hang on. The first Marvel vs. Capcom sells for £60 at CEX, put it here. And I thought, the second one, I'm sure the last time I checked, was around 95. Now, I've had a check, and it's actually selling with manual. Obviously, it's complete with manual. It sells for £105. So I've got this for £45 cheaper than CEX. Now, that is an absolute steal. Now, like I say, I'm not sure if it's an admin error between Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and they've got it mixed up by mistake, but the average sales for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on eBay is around £76 to £78. So I'm not sure what's happened there, but I don't care. But I seen it, and to be fair to them, I showed them the price and I went, is this £60? As in, hang on. And I kind of thought, oh, you're giving it away here. But I'm not dishonest, you know. If it's made a mistake, I would have just been like, right, yeah, no worries. I needed it anyways. I would have got it. But she went, yeah, 2 seconds, I'll check. Checked it. Yeah, it's £60. Absolutely. I will bite your fingers off right now like a dog. Like that bloke. He's brilliant, him. But yes, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for £60. It goes with me sealed copy of Marvel vs. Capcom, and that's 4 games ticked off for the Dreamcast collection. But I will update the list and the collection status on a separate video. And then last but not least, I got a PlayStation game. Now, in the footage there, you will have seen an absolute lunatic of a seller. So it was a family, as it was a man with his wife and his kids were there, and they initially had it. I showed it on the footage there. I'll put a picture here, and it was Metal Gear Solid on the PS1 with Silent Hill disc, as it shows in the picture, for £70. I seen this copy at another seller, and I thought £45, and I was looking at it and I thought, actually, you know, there's no cracks in it. Looks really nice. And I thought, and actually, I didn't actually say anything to him. But he went and said, oh, that's got the Silent Hill demo disc in as well. And I was thinking, brilliant. I seen it for 70 quid over there. Here it is with the Silent Hill demo disc. Got the manual there as well. And I thought, yep, I'll have it. I do want to start collecting for PlayStation 1. I have got quite a few games which I need to open. I'm going to do a mega haul video on that. And I was like, yep, I'll have that one, mate. Because I thought 70 quid, absolute joke price. That guy, no offence to him, the price is the price. Do whatever you want. But he was absolutely high as a kite. Not sure what he was high on. Goofballs or something. Reminds us of that classic, Roll It.
High as a kite, everybody! Goofballs!
That's right, he was high on goofballs, like Ned Flanders. But I've seen that there. Average price there is, you can't really find it on eBay too well, but on CEX, a mint copy is £60. Now, I'm not saying that this is mint by any measure, but to be fair, it is in really good condition. It's Metal Gear Solid, and you know, it's a classic game. I was always going to buy it. I might as well just get it now whilst the rest of the games weren't exactly the best. So there you have it. That is my Newcastle Gaming Market stack. There you go. Anyway, so that was it for Newcastle Gaming Market. Hopefully I'm going to get this out today. I don't know if I will. It's Sunday. It's 6 o'clock. I said I would get the video out at 7. We'll see if I can edit it and put it together in that quick time. I'm actually using my new phone, Samsung Galaxy S25 I got this week. The camera footage looks brilliant compared to my old S21, so that's a nice little upgrade. I'll be doing a follow-up video on the 4 Dreamcast games, and I'll be putting them into the collection with the counter so we can see how many I've got there on another video coming up very soon, as well as a mega haul video for my beginning stages of my PS1 collection. This one, Metal Gear Solid, goes straight in there, an absolute classic and gem of a game. Great price there by that old fellow who sold us that as well. Really appreciate that compared to our goofballs, man. But yeah, there you go. I will see you next week. I'm not sure what the video is going to be for now. I'll probably announce it midweek. But I'll see you next week back at the usual time, usual place. Sunday, 10 AM GMT. I'll catch you then, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the footage. If you have, give us a like and a subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next video. See ya.